Here's some tips for your first trip. Make sure that you're doing this when you're in a good headspace. I always advise to do some type of divination or something. I like to use my pendulum to make sure that I should take a trip on this day at this time. Spirit knows what type of energy is around you, some that we're not even conscious of, that could determine you having a good trip or bad trip. And I do like this because it's really all about your mindset. Speaking of mindset, make sure you're in a good headspace. You cannot be out here anxious as fuck and trying to take some shrooms. They do make you feel good, but you are going to have moments where you're going to be feeling those thought loops because the shrooms are more than likely going to mirror those anxious thoughts. It might be a bit overwhelming, so make sure that you're grounded. Make sure that you have a scale. If you have the actual form of one type is more dense than other types, so you might take a little piece and think you're taking like a 0.5 and really it's like a 1 gram type shit, and those things do make a difference. So for a first time trip, it really just depends like how you want to go into it. Do you want to see like super heavy visuals? You want that full experience? Then I would say 3.5. But if you're really just like, I'm just trying to test the waters, I kind of want to see what it's like, do a 0.5. That's like very mild. You'll see a little bit, but you're not going to see a whole lot. Make sure that you are doing it either by yourself or with people that you feel comfortable with. I don't recommend doing it with strangers because, like I said, if it's mirroring your thought loops, it's gonna mirror other people's shit too. And if you're around people that got some fucked up shit, you might end up seeing their fucked up shit, and it's gonna influence your trip. So make sure that you're in a safe space with safe people. Eat something light before you go into it, because more than likely you will either throw up or poop when you're like transitioning into the shroom state. Kind of like a natural thing. It's like purging. It happens. It's okay. Just make sure that you're able to be in a space where you can kind of like get some alone time, just in case it does get overwhelming when you're transitioning from not shroom state to shroom state. Make sure you can be alone by yourself, because sometimes that's really what you need. And lastly, set intentions to have a good and enlightening trip, and let me know if you want a part 2.